So Corsair's HS series of gaming headsets has been quite popular, and today we have a new entry that really brings some fresh changes to this lineup, and this is the new Corsair HS55, but not everything is amazing with this, so let's check it out. I really like the design of the new HS55. It just looks more modern and has more personality to it, with a very tasteful mix of matte and glossy plastics and this nicely prominent Corsair logo. It feels quite well built. The headband adjustment is made of metal with clicky steps. The ear cups have an adequate amount of tilt and their hinges feel very solid, and you can rotate the ear cups by 90 degrees. However, if you try to keep this around your neck, then it is kind of tight here, but if you are a skinny teenager, you may not have this problem. While this headset feels kind of compact, the ear pads on this have a lot of space inside, and I have to say that this is one of the most comfortable headphones that I have worn. It is kind of lightweight at around 250 grams. The ear pads are thick and they have memory foam inside, which feels great on the head. I have pretty big ears, but my ears barely touch the insides of the cup, and even with glasses, this is quite comfortable. Memory foam ear pads do tend to get a little bit hotter than the regular ear pads, so that is also the case with this. The headband is also nicely padded with enough extension for very large heads, and we know how many gamers don't have a life and they will keep playing for more than 6 or 8 hours, so the comfort on this headset is really going to keep them going. However, as good as the ear pads are, they are not easily removable, so if you want to get them replaced, you will either have to go to Corsair Service Center, or they can also send you the ear pads if you really want to replace them yourself, but the installation can be a little complicated, so they recommend that you get them replaced officially. Coming to the microphone, we have a non-removable unit this time which you can flip up to mute. The mic boom is flat and thin, so even when you don't want to use it, it doesn't get in the way too much, and it has enough adjustability to let you position it close to your mouth. And now you're listening to the microphone on the Corsair HS55, and I have to say that this sounds really amazing for a gaming headset. Generally you get somewhat of a nasally sound with gaming headsets, but that is not the case with this microphone, and it sounds very natural and clear. We also have a wheel on the left ear cup, so you can easily control the volume, and the headphone comes with a combo audio jack for audio and mic signal, but you also get a splitter in the box to have them separated. Coming to its sound quality, the HS55 sounds good for a gaming headset, but it also leans towards the typical gaming headset sound signature, which means that it is a little treble boosted. The soundstage on the HS55 is decently wide. It is not the widest in this segment, but the imaging is good, so you will be able to position things properly while gaming, and because of the high frequency boost, you may be able to hear footsteps better, so this is a good gaming headset. But then again, for music and general listening, this isn't great because the top end on the voices makes them sound a little unnatural, and instruments also sound a little too piercing. I have discussed this topic multiple times on the channel and have shown that at least audiophile gamers don't prefer a treble boosted sound signature, but very few gaming headsets aim for a balanced sound for some reason. The good thing about the HS55 is that at least the treble boost isn't overdone, so it doesn't result in an overly unpleasant sound. I compared this with the HyperX Cloud Stinger S, and the HyperX has even more of a boost in its treble, so I prefer the sound on the HS55. Now I actually have an old HS50 lying around, but it is covered in fungus, so I can't wear it, but from what I can recall, I think that had a more balanced sound than this new version, which made me recommend that over other gaming headsets which were treble boosted. So I think that the HS50 actually has a sound signature that I prefer more. The bass on the HS55 sounds a little recessed, which makes them kind of thin sounding. If you use an equalizer, you can adjust the frequencies around 6 to 8 kHz to make it sound more neutral, and then they sound kind of balanced, but if you are a bass lover, then don't get these for listening to music. The Stinger S actually has more presence in its bass, but it's also a more V-shaped sound, which makes the treble worse on it. Other than that, the HS55 has a good level of detail and separation for something in its price range. So my overall thoughts with the HS55 have been kind of mixed. I really like the design on it, it offers great comfort, the mic sounds really amazing, and overall it just feels like a high quality product in its price range with memory foam ear pads. I personally don't prefer the sound signature on it, but some gamers prefer the treble boost, and if you are one of them, then it has been done decently well on this, and if you can use an equalizer, you can also easily make them sound more balanced. If you are planning to get this exclusively for gaming, this will work well and you can buy it, but it may not be the best choice for someone who needs an all-rounder headphone that they can use for multiple use cases. This should be available for a price of around 4 to 5000 Indian rupees, which is around $60. So I'll have links in the description to check this out. So let me know your thoughts about gaming headsets in general in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.